Guys, I'm here in Brookhaven, and on the right, there are several cars, but I want to test a bunch of secrets and glitches that you can do with these cars. I'm going to test all of that today. But guys, for this, I called my friend, who's right here in front of me, and it looks like he's cooking, so I'm heading over to see what's going on and to check if he wants to help me. So guys, I'm arriving at his house now. He said in the chat, "Hey, what are you doing?" He said in the chat, "I'm cooking." So I realized he's making food for everyone. But guys, the situation started getting out of control. I'm seeing that things are really bad, and he caught on fire and ran into the water to stop being on fire. Guys, look at what he did, and now he's back to normal. He said in the chat, "I want food." But guys, I had an idea. For those who don't know, his house is exactly like this, and this is his roof, but there's a way to get up there using my car. I'm going to grab this car, and now I'll have to head over there. But guys, what are they doing? He grabbed this item and is putting out the fire. He's doing the right thing. Now everything is finally back to normal, and he even put more food on. But guys, without them noticing, I'm going to climb onto their house. I'll have to speed up to get onto the roof. So I'm heading over, and I finally made it. But actually, no, I fell off their house, and it didn't work out very well. So I'll have to try again. He said in the chat, "Hey, what are you doing?" Look, I'm not going to answer so he doesn't notice what I'm doing, because I'm trying to get on the roof of his house. Not just one house, but actually 2 houses. Guys, now I'm going to try a different way. I'm going to go in reverse. I'm backing up full speed, and I'm going to jump on this part. But guys, I accidentally went too far. Oh my god, my car flipped over, and now it's completely broken. But guys, there's a cop arriving here, and he just crashed into my car. I don't know why he did that, but he's destroying my car. And guys, I'm coming over to stop him, because look at what he's doing. I said in the chat, "Stop." Guys, he's breaking my car for no reason, and now he's staring at me, and it looks like he's even angrier. Guys, this is horrible. He grabbed the axe again, and now he's coming after me for no reason. He's getting closer, and I'll have to hide. I'm going down into the subway, and now I'm entering this secret area while he's coming. I'm going to teleport to another location. Perfect. I arrived at another station, and now I'm really far away from him, actually on the other side of the city. And now I can finally get back to my normal life, or maybe not, because he's coming here. Guys, I don't know how he found me, but he did. The good thing is that he can't climb up, because he doesn't know how to climb. He said in the chat, "Come down now." Look, unfortunately, I won't, especially because I'm safe up here. And if I come down, I won't be safe anymore. But he put away the axe, and he said in the chat, "I won't grab the axe again." I said, "Promise?" And he said, "Yes." So guys, I'm going to come down, but he grabbed the axe again. Oh my god. Guys, he won't stop chasing me in Roblox. But I had an idea. I'm going to go into this place, and we have a door at the back here, and now I'm going to teleport. I'll hide in this house, right here, because now, guys, he's going to that area, trying to figure out where I am, but he doesn't know I climbed up here and is still trying to figure out where I went. But guys, he's going down into this totally secret area. Little does he know that I'm actually inside a house. But guys, what house is this I'm in? It's such a weird house because there are no people here, no one on the sofa, and no one in the bedrooms. I don't know where the people who live in this house are. But actually, I'm seeing that there's a player downstairs playing basketball, but it's clear he's really bad at it. He doesn't know how to play because every time he shoots, he misses. Guys, I'm going to help him. I'm going to come down here to simply help him play better. He said in the chat, "Please help me." Guys, he handed me the ball, and now I'm going to teach him how to play this game. But first, I have to aim right in the middle and shoot here, and this time I'm sure I'll make it. You can see that I really did it. It was super easy. Now it's your turn to try. Guys, he threw it, and you can see that he made it too, which is really good, and it seems like he's very happy. That's awesome. He finally learned how to play basketball. He tried again, but missed this time. Look, with time, you'll get the hang of it. He said in the chat, "Thank you." And it seems like he's really happy. But guys, it looks like the cop came back here. This is horrible because he showed up again with that axe in Roblox, but the player banned him. Guys, the cop is banned. The player saved me in Roblox. He shot the ball, and this time he made it. Guys, I just taught him how to play, but now I'll have to leave to test some Brookhaven myths to see if they're true or not. And for that, I'll have to get my car back without the cop noticing I'm here, because it's clear he's coming back to cause trouble in Roblox. But I'm going to hide in this secret door of my house. Guys, he's walking past, heading to the house where he's banned. Guys, he still thinks I'm there, but I actually left a long time ago, and now I'm going around the back to get my car. I don't know if my car is still there, but it is. I'm going to grab it, and finally, it's back to normal. My car even looks brand new. And guys, now I'm heading over to try getting onto my friend's roof, which I'm sure I'll manage. But guys, they're still cooking, and I can see they're struggling a lot because the food caught fire again. Guys, he doesn't know how to cook, but now I'm getting closer, and I'm sure this time it will work. I'm jumping on this part, and now, guys, I finally made it. I'm on the roof of this house, and I'm sure the players haven't noticed yet, but one of them seems to have realized it. He even grabbed binoculars and is looking at me up here. I think someone finally noticed I'm on top. He said in the chat, "How did you get up there?" Look, that's a secret I won't share because it's not very easy to do. I said in the chat, "Give me a reason to tell you." Guys, they'll have to give me a reason why I should tell them how I got up here. It's something totally secret, and I'm sure they didn't know about it. He said in the chat, "It's our house. I can just delete the house." Guys, that's true. They can delete these 2 houses, which would make my car fall. I said in the chat, "Okay, grab a car and follow me." Guys, I'm going to grab a different car this time. time, specifically this one, which is one of my favorite cars. It looks like he grabbed the exact same one, which is actually a pretty cool car. But my friend grabbed that one. Guys, this is the tallest car. This one is normal, and this one is the lowest of them all. And now everyone will have to follow me so we can all do the glitch at the same time. But guys, it looks like they're on their way, except they're really slow. You can see that their speed is very low. I said in the chat, increase the speed. Because guys, they're way too slow, and we won't be able to do the glitch if they stay this slow. But guys, it looks like he increased the speed, and now he's coming fast, really fast, and he finally made it here. My other friend seems to have increased the speed too, and he's popping a wheelie on his bike, and now he's arriving here. Guys, I'm sure that this time everyone will manage to do the glitch. I'll have to leave my car here, and not just me, but the other players too. They'll need to come here. My friend just got here. Now we're only waiting for the next one, who's right here, and he's super glitchy. But now he's in position, and what we're going to do is really simple. We're all going to speed up at the same time and jump this ramp to land on the roof. I said in the chat, speed up. Guys, it's really simple. The first one is already on the way to test the glitch. Guys, I don't think he'll make it, but he just flipped over, and the glitch didn't work out at all. In fact, his car just broke. Now it's his turn, and he's coming up. And guys, I think he's going to make it because he's going really fast. He just jumped over the ramp and finally made it, but he fell. Now it's my turn, and I'm sure I'm going to make it. I'm getting to this part, and I managed to do it. Now I have two of my cars on the roof, this red Ferrari and the Cybertruck. I have two cars on top of their house, and they have none. But guys, one of my friends grabbed a tiny car, and I don't think that's going to work. My other friend, on the other hand, picked a taller car, and I'm sure it's going to work. That other player is coming over now. Let's see if it'll work. Guys, he jumped this part, but it didn't work, and his car broke again. Look at what happened to his car. It's completely wrecked. I even feel sorry for the guy. But the next one is coming, and this time, I'm sure it'll work. He jumped that part, and guys, it really worked. He finally made it up here. He said in the chat, hey, should we build a house up here? You know what? That's a great idea. We can build a house on top of this roof. So, here on the right, I'll grab these items, and then I'll grab another one to start building a house. I'll begin the modifications. I put up this wall, and now I'll have to add several others so the house starts looking nice. He said in the chat, this looks terrible. Look, I'll fix it. By adding several items, over time, it'll start to look good. I'm sure it will, though it might take a little while. Perfect. The wall turned out like this, and honestly, it looks pretty ugly, but at the same time, it's kind of nice, it's ugly and nice all at once. He said in the chat, no, it's just plain ugly. I disagree. But guys, my friend is right here. I don't know what he's doing because he's just standing still, and it looks like this time he got a giant truck. Guys, if he manages to get up here with the truck, our cars are going to fall because the truck will hit them and knock them all down. Guys, now he's coming to jump this ramp in Roblox, and you can see he actually made it. He just knocked another player's car off the roof. Guys, look at what he did. My friend said in the chat, no, my car. Guys, he seems really sad and just fell to the ground. He's so upset he literally fell over. But now I'm going to grab my car again to get out of here because my friend has gone crazy. Guys, I accidentally got stuck, and I can't move forward or backward. I'm basically trapped. But one of the houses was deleted, and now everything's fine. My car is back to normal. He said in the chat, let's test other bugs with super high suspension. So let's go. Guys, the first bug I want to test is really important. For those who don't know, if I go into the airport, then head over here and enter the plane. If I press this button and then teleport to a house, a really weird bug will happen. The car will end up completely lowered. He's acting really weird. But what happens if I try this upside down? He said in the chat, but how are you going to do it upside down? Look, it's pretty simple. I just have to do another bug. I need to go over here, and I have to flip my car, something like this. But it didn't work. I thought it might, but it didn't. So, I'll head back here to try again, and this time I'm sure it's going to work. He said in the chat, what? That didn't work, but at least it looked cool. But guys, I'm going to try again, this time in a different way, exactly like this. Finally, it worked. Now I'll grab a chair from the right and place it here. My friend can sit on the chair, but if I enter the car and set it back to normal, my friend will end up upside down. Now, I have to go to the airport and do the bug again. I said in the chat, hey, you're doing it this time. Because, guys, I'm going to wait here while he does the bug. He's heading over to do the airport bug. It's pretty simple, but he's moving super slowly. That's terrible because it's going to take forever. But finally, he made it and got into this totally secret room. Here, he has to press this button and teleport to a house. Guys, it's really simple, and it looks like he finally made it to this part of Roblox. But guys, he grabbed the parachute, and even so, the car ended up lowered. I thought the car wouldn't lower because it's inverted, but it seems the bug didn't work. He said in the chat, it didn't work. How sad. So it didn't work. He fell to the ground, and unfortunately, that bug didn't work. But guys, I'm going to try another way to make the car super high. The easiest way is by clicking this button here because it increases the suspension, and the car looks like this. He said in the chat, which car is the tallest of all? Well, there are several tall cars, 4 of the tallest cars. There's this one, which is really tall, but there's also this other one that's even taller, and then there's this other one, which is very big, but they all have normal settings. So, I'm going to get into each one and modify them. This one, I'll set to maximum suspension, which is exactly this, and the car is really high now. But even with high suspension, it's still lower than this one, which has low suspension. So I'm going to modify this one too, and set it just like like this. This is its maximum height. But now, let's move to the next car, which is very tall. But unfortunately, I can't modify its height. So, this one is the tallest of all because it really is very tall. He said in the chat, wait, there are others. Guys, I want to see the car he's talking about. But he just picked this one, which has these ears that make the car really tall. Wait, we need to test this. I'm going to put the tallest car next to this one, and you can see that my car is a little taller than this one, but just a little, because actually, it almost lost. Guys, he deleted the car, and now he picked this other one, which I've already tested, but he picked this one, which really seems to be taller. Guys, I think this car he picked is the tallest of all because he can modify it and make it even taller. This is its maximum height, and you can really see that it's taller than my car. I said in the chat, wait, there's another car. Over here on the right, I'm going to grab a different car. Exactly this one. Done! I modified it, but guys, this is really the tallest car of all. Not even this car could beat his. My friend is laughing in the chat and said, this car is really good. So, this car is amazing, but now I'm here, and guys, I want to jump this giant ramp, but I won't do it alone. Actually, I invited several people to do it. Now, there are a lot of people arriving to do this test. Guys, now everyone is here, and we're going to jump this ramp at the same time. Alright, it started. Now guys, I'm heading to the front, and I'm sure this is going to work. In fact, I made it here, and it really worked. The player went straight through, fell into the pool, and everyone disappeared. But I managed to stay here on the roof, in a completely secret spot, and now I'm going to jump into the pool. I'm going to jump right here. Perfect! I'm going to grab the player's car, and now I'm going to jump this other ramp. Perfect! I did it! But guys, we have this car that I'm going to leave exactly here, and I'm going to put the wheels underneath. But I'm not sure if it will work. I got in, but it seems like the car actually works. I can drive and go places I shouldn't go. This car really turned out great, but now I want to make some other changes. I'm going to leave the car here, and now I'm going to move it higher, and I'm going to put the tires down, but I'll have to make them bigger because they're too small. Now I've set it up exactly like this, and it seems better, but there's one problem. I can't get in the car because it's too high. Guys, I can't get in unless I increase my size. Now I can get in, but the car is totally glitched. Guys, I just fell out of the game, so I'll leave the car here so I can jump and land on it. So, I'm going to try that. I managed to, but I have to go to the other seat because this is the driver's seat. Perfect! I got in and it worked. Now I'm driving the car, but it's very heavy. This car is very heavy, but I'm managing to drive it with a little difficulty. But I'm managing, and the car is starting to get really fast. Okay, I'm going to do a speed test to see if this car can get fast or not. You can see that it's starting to gain a lot of speed. And now, guys, it's super fast. Really, this car is very fast, and also very tall. It's even driving by itself, which is very weird, especially because it's not very normal to see a car driving by itself. Guys, I'm here in Brookhaven, and today I want to modify the game and make it like the United States. And for that, I'm going to use Roblox Studio, which allows me to delete things and modify whatever I want. I'm going to modify the map to make it look like the United States. And for that, I invited my friends. You can see that his house is decorated and looks like the United States flag, and it really looks very similar. He is coming out of the house and running to talk to me. He said in the chat, hey, did you like the house? So, the house turned out really interesting. He even added the stars and the blue light. And for those who don't know, all of this is part of the United States flag. Even his avatar looks like the flag. You can see the stars. It really looks great. He said in the chat, let's see the house. But guys, for those who don't know, this is his house, and this is the United States flag. It really turned out very cool. But guys, I'm going to his house to see what else is there because I'm really curious. He said in the chat, there's a Christmas tree here. Guys, I'm looking here, and there really is one, but that's part of the Brookhaven update, which added this tree. He said in the chat, actually, I was the one who added this tree. I think that's a lie, because if I take this house in the game, it will also have this tree. But I can grab this item on the right, then I'll have to scroll all the way down and grab this other tree, and that way I can place this tree in the game, and you can see it's very different. This tree is much smaller than the other one, meaning he didn't place this tree. He's lying. But guys, I also invited another friend, and he simply disappeared. Actually, he's taking a plane to help me make my version of Brookhaven, based on the United States. Guys, he's arriving now, and I want to see how his avatar turned out, and he's finally landing. And guys, he made a Japan-themed avatar. I said in the chat, but it was supposed to be a United States-themed avatar. Guys, he simply didn't understand and made the wrong avatar. He said in the chat, but I did. Actually, you didn't. He made an avatar based on the Japan flag. I said in the chat, this is the Japan avatar, and I'm sure of it. And my friend came back, got on his plane, and now he's leaving. Guys, I don't know why he got on his plane, but he simply disappeared. I think it's just the two of us who will make the new version of Brookhaven based on the United States because my friend is flying away on a plane. I don't know where he's going, but I think he wants to go to the moon, which he won't be able to do. He says in the chat, hey, put the American flag. That's true. It will look really cool, but you got the wrong flag. I'm going to ask him to change his avatar first because his avatar looks really weird. I said in the chat, change your avatar, please. Hopefully, he'll change it and make it look more like the United States. Okay, it seems like he changed it, and now he finally chose the right flag. But I'm going to start making my game. I need to make it look very similar to the United States. So the first thing I'm going to modify is to place this flag in various locations in Brookhaven. The town hall will be the first one because it will look really cool there, and you can see that the flag moves, which is really nice. Now I'm going to place it at the market, but the one at the market will be bigger, this size, because it's much better that way. And you can see the map is starting to look like this. We can see the flag in this part and also at the town hall. It's actually starting to look quite nice, but there are a few things missing, like this car. This is the United States ambulance, so I'm going to leave this car here, and it turned out pretty cool. At the school, there's a soccer field, but I'll have to remove it and put in an American football field, which is this one, but it's too big and won't fit here, so I'll have to modify the entire map. But guys, my friend changed his avatar, and now he's using an American-themed avatar. He says in the chat, now it's better, right? It really improved a lot. Everything about him looks like the United States flag, and it actually turned out pretty cool. I said in the chat, what else should I add to my game? Because I just don't know. And maybe he has an idea. He said in the chat, United States. But that's what I'm doing. Guys, it seems like he doesn't have many ideas. So I'm going to get my secret car, which is exactly this one. I will have to take him to some places on the map to see what else I am going to change in my Roblox game, because it definitely needs many modifications to look like the United States. He said here, Area 51. Guys, this is going to be very interesting. I am going to add the Area 51 military base, which many people say has aliens. But first, I need to modify this part. I am going to remove this and also this other thing. Now this area is completely empty, and I am going to place this here, but there is just one problem. It is very big, so I'm going to have to shrink it like this. And it actually turned out pretty cool, but it is very glitchy and also very small. But I think it looks good this way. He says here in the chat, improve it. It looks really ugly and poorly made. Okay, I will improve it. At least I will try. I left the field here, but there are several problems. There are bugs that appeared, and I did not even know they existed in the game, this type of bug. So I am going to have to move it higher, and it is starting to look pretty good. But there are still many problems. The mountain is inside the soccer field, and there is a tree, and also this sign that I am going to remove, and also this road. Guys, I am modifying it, and it is looking really good. You can see that I changed a lot of things. The sign is here, and the soccer field is here, and it is simply huge. The road was modified so it wouldn't get in the way of the students, because here in Brookhaven, for those who don't know, the school is exactly like this, but there is a road that passes through here, which I had to remove to improve the soccer field. He said in the chat, it looks good, but it is not perfect. I know it is not perfect, but I have no idea what to do. I am seriously thinking about asking him for help. He said in the chat, ask me for help, please. Look, I am not going to ask for help. I am sure I can do this alone. So I am going to start improving it by adding walls. Perfect. It looks good like this. Guys, this really improved a lot, but we have this block in the middle of nowhere that I will have to remove, and I will leave it here. But I am noticing a very weird bug, and I don't know why this happened. Now I am going to add this flag, and it is going to look really good. I will put it in this part and also at the front. I will have to remove this and this part as well, and now I will add the flag. Perfect. Now this looks better than before, but I will also have to modify the window. Perfect. The school ended up looking like this, but there is a problem. The flag fell, and the one in the back also fell. You can see it looks very weird because they fell out of nowhere, and if I remove this, the flag will fall. So I will have to modify it again to make sure it doesn't fall anymore. Perfect. I modified it, and now it's better. It won't fall anymore. This flag looks much better than before, and I also added this other flag, but it looks bad because it doesn't move. So I will add a new flag. He said in the chat, wait, add American cars. That's true. Maybe it will be very interesting to add cars made in the United States. Look, come here, because now I will have to search for which cars are made in the United States. But first, I will place the flag here. Perfect. Now it looks much better than before. Okay, we have this car and also this other one. I will add both because they are both American cars. I will leave this one here, and the next one I will place at the school, which will be the principal's car. He said in the chat, wait, the Camaro. Look, that's true. The Camaro is also an American car. Okay, I got this one, but it looks really bad. So I removed it and got this other one, which looks nicer. I will place this car exactly here, a little further forward. Perfect. Guys, but my friend got out of the car and entered this other one, which is basically a Tesla, and it's also an American car. So I got this car, and I will leave it here. It's a really big car. There's also this other one, and this Tesla, I will leave it in this part. Perfect. And if I drive it, you can see that it actually works, but it's pretty slow. I think this other one will be much faster. Actually, not really. It's also kind of slow. So I'm going to get another version of this car. Okay, I got this one, which is much better than before, and also faster. And the coolest thing is that it actually drifts. Okay, I got this other car, which is much better than before. This one is also really fast. You can see that I'm gaining a lot of speed. I think this car is faster than the Brookhaven car because that one isn't very fast. Or maybe it's just my friend who is really slow. I said in the chat, speed up, because, guys, he's really slow, but then he started speeding up, and guys, he's really fast now, and he just crashed. Guys, my friend doesn't drive very well. He's really a terrible driver. He's passing through here, and he flipped the car, but the car is still upright. So, I'm going to start making modifications to my game, adding even more cars. Okay, I got this car, which I'm going to leave at this house. Now I got this other car. I'll leave it at this other house. The coolest thing is that all of them work. I can get inside and drive. They're really fast. This car is one of the fastest cars I've ever seen in the game. But guys, this road is totally broken. I don't know what happened. He said in the chat, let me help. I had an idea. Okay, but I wonder what idea he had, and I want to see. Guys, he says in the chat, Area 51. And that's true. Guys, I forgot, but I need to place the Area 51 military base here. But for those who don't know, in Brookhaven, we already have a military base. But to get this military base, I'll need to come here to the front by these mansions, and we have here the military base, which is simply huge. We have a lot of things here. You can get the plane, you can arrest people, and I want the Area 51 to be like this too. So to do this, first I need to choose where the Area 51 will be. There's this abandoned place in the middle of nowhere, and also this other one. It has to be a very different location. He said in the chat, maybe make a new island. Guys, it looks like he wants me to make a new island in the game just to place Area 51, but I'm not going to, because guys, I made an island once, and it's really hard, and it ended up looking exactly like this. The island I made was really hard, but it turned out pretty interesting. You can see that there are a lot of different things here, things that were completely removed, and also houses that were removed from the game a long time ago. All of this is in my Roblox game, even a giant bridge, which actually turned out pretty cool. But in this game, I'm not going to do that because it's really hard. Guys, I got this military base, and I'm going to place it exactly here. And to continue, I'm going to have to take these things from my Roblox game and put them in the new game I'm making, which I'm sure is going to be really hard. I said in the chat, okay, I'll do that. And guys, it looks like he's really happy. But guys, I placed this island. Now I'm going to take this military base, and I'll place it exactly here. I'm going to move it lower, and it actually turned out pretty cool. But this island, I'm going to have to shrink it and make it much smaller than this. Guys, I placed the bridge. It's really cool, but I'm going to have to modify the pier to make it look nicer. But before, I'll modify the island. Perfect! I modified this, and you can see that a lot really changed. We have a new military base, which is really interesting. It's like a new island in the game that wasn't here before. And you can see that Brookhaven is still here. We have a giant mansion in the middle of nowhere, and also the military base, which looks really nice. But now, I'm going to have to expand the water, and I'll place it exactly here, so it looks more realistic. He said in the chat, wow, you even thought of that? I didn't expect that from you. You usually don't think of anything. Guys, I think he's teasing me. I thought he was complimenting me, but actually, I think he's making fun of me. But now that my island is almost done, I'm not sure what else to add, because there's a lot of stuff. We have the cars, the flag, and a lot of interesting things. He said in the chat, wait, maybe change the city colors to red and blue. Look, that's true because the flag colors are red and blue. So if I start modifying the city's colors to red and blue, I'm sure it will look much nicer. So, I'm going to start these modifications. First, I'm going to modify the whole market. The whole market is going to be red, exactly like this, and also blue. It actually turned out pretty cool, but we have this bottom part here that hasn't been modified, so I just changed that, and it's starting to look really interesting. Now I'm going to change this part too, and make everything here blue. Guys, the market turned out exactly like this. It really looks like an American market with the United States flags, and even the light looks cool. And you can see from here that we have the giant military base, and we even have the UFO flying over there, which is pretty weird, but it actually looks pretty cool. We have the cars here, a Tesla, and also a lot of interesting things. But there's more that I need to change because this map is still not complete. I'm going to have to modify this part. Perfect! I removed everything so the road can pass through here. Now the road is going to go further ahead, and it looks perfect. The bridge is really good, but there's a problem. There's this thing under here that I forgot to remove. I'm going to have to remove this sign too, which is hidden here, and also this thing. I'm going to move it over here. Guys, this is much better. This bridge looks much nicer than before, but I'm not sure what else I should add to my game. Guys, I really don't know. Maybe my friend knows something. He said in the chat, don't ask me, because I don't know. And it seems like he doesn't know anything. But guys, there are parts of the map that I can modify to make it better. Guys, I already know what I'm going to add. I'm going to add the Statue of Liberty, and also the Hollywood sign. So I grabbed this sign, which looks like this, but I think I'm going to get another one. This one looks much prettier. I'll place it exactly here, and it actually looks pretty cool. Guys, there's just a lot of shine here. Perfect. Now it's much better, but it's floating in the middle of nowhere, so I'm going to move it down. And perfect. This looks really cool. It really looks nice, but there's still more missing here. My friend said in the chat, the Statue of Liberty, and that's also missing. Guys, good thing you remembered, because I had forgotten, and I'm going to place it right here. It actually looks pretty cool, but I'm going to make it much bigger, exactly like this. Guys, now I'm in my game, and my friend is here, seeing everything that's here, and he said in the chat, wow, and he's really impressed with everything in the game. Guys, we have this car, which is really an interesting car. My friend is coming here. Guys, I'm trying to come to the front, but I can't. I don't know what happened. Perfect. I made it, and my friend got back inside, and you can see that this car is very fast. It really is super fast, and I accidentally crashed into him. He said in the chat, you drive badly. I've already noticed that, but we have this other car, which works perfectly. Now I'm heading to the Area 51 military base to see what else else is there? The player is coming here too, and I accidentally crashed into him. Now I got this other car, which is really fast. The player is coming here, and I want to do a speed test. I'm running here in front, but I accidentally crashed the car. And you can see from here that there's a lot of different stuff. There's the Statue of Liberty, and also Area 51, which I want to go to see what else is there. But again, I crashed the car. I'm trying to come here, but it's really hard, so I'll have to go on foot. I'm getting exactly here, and you can see that there's a lot of different stuff, and it's really cool. But guys, I still haven't tested these two cars, the red one and also the blue one. So I'm going to drive this one to see how it is. Guys, I'm driving it here, and you can see that it's really fast, and I almost fell into the water. But guys, it's a really interesting car. I can even do drift, and the coolest part is that the drift is perfect. There's also this car that I haven't tested much. It's pretty interesting. You can see that it's really well made, and inside, there are a lot of interesting things. So I'm coming here to drive it, and you can see that this car is one of the fastest cars in the game. It's really fast. Now I'm doing a speed test to see the maximum speed this car can reach, and you can see that it really is the fastest car of all. Guys, in Brookhaven, for those who don't know, there are a lot of cars. Over here on the right, you can see there are many cars, but some of them are going to be completely removed. And today, I want to check out with you all the cars that are going to be removed from Brookhaven. But for that, I called my friend, who simply disappeared. Actually, I'm looking here, and he just left. But guys, I don't know what happened to him, but he's acting really strange. He said in the chat, I saw things I shouldn't have seen. Guys, I didn't understand what he meant. But anyway, I'm going in here to see what he saw. But it looks like this is a totally secret place, and I'm sure he's never seen it before. And maybe when he saw it, he got really scared. But guys, I'm coming back here because today I want to see with you all the cars that have been removed and are also going to be removed. He said in the chat, hey, is this truck going to be removed? Well, it's not, because this truck is basically a normal car, but there are cars in Brookhaven that will definitely be removed. But guys, my friend said here in the chat, hey guys, come to my house to see how it turned out. Look, I think I'm going to go there. First, I'll grab my favorite car, which is exactly this one. He said in the chat, wait, is this your favorite car? Well, not really, but this is the funniest car in all of Brookhaven because it's so small, and on top of that, I can add a spoiler to it, put it on the back, and it becomes the ugliest car in all of Brookhaven. I've never seen such an ugly car. But guys, my friend is back to normal. He said in the chat, I'll walk. It's good to exercise. Okay, it looks like he's going on foot, but guys, it's pretty far. The place I'm going to is really far away, which means he's going to have to walk for quite some time. But guys, I'm arriving at my friend's house, and for those who don't know, it's exactly this one. My friend lives here, but I don't know what he's doing. Guys, I'm arriving here, and you can tell his house is really strange because his house has a totally out-of-place bathroom. But guys, it's normal to see this kind of bathroom in open areas, but it's inside the house, and there's this weird bathroom. Guys, I don't understand why he did this, but it's really strange. He also has video game consoles, but no TV, so I don't know how he plays here. I said in the chat, how do you play on the console? Because I honestly don't know. I'm curious about how he does this, but he picked up his phone, so I don't know how, but he plays on his phone using these consoles. That's weird, especially because it's not made to be used like that. But guys, my friend is taking a while to get here. I'm not even sure if he's really coming. But guys, I'm looking back here, and it seems like he's not here. He just disappeared. Actually, it looks like he's taking a taxi to get here faster. Guys, my friend is kind of crazy. Look at what he did. Instead of walking, he took a taxi. But guys, my friend seems to be playing using a PlayStation 5 and an Xbox, but on his phone. But guys, the very first car that's going to be completely deleted from Brookhaven is this red car, because for those who don't know, this car has a major issue. He said in the chat, wait for me, please. But guys, it looks like he finally arrived after a long time, and his taxi is leaving because the ride is over. But guys, it's a little strange because he said he would walk, but in reality, he came by car. But that's okay. But guys, it seems like he's looking at this car and is kind of confused about why it's going to be deleted. He said in the chat, why is it going to be deleted? Well, this car has a major issue. For those who don't know which car this is, it's basically a Ferrari. Specifically, it's this car. It's really beautiful, but it has a big issue because this car has copyright restrictions, meaning it might be deleted in the future. Not only this car, but several other cars in Brookhaven will be deleted in the future as well. But guys, my friend says in the chat, my car is faster than yours. Well, no, it's not, because his car is just really slow. I highly doubt he's going to beat me, but he's going ahead, and look, his car is really slow, even worse than mine. But guys, I'm going to get my car to race him and prove that my car is really better. But guys, he's driving here, and it's so slow that I actually feel bad for him. But suddenly, he started speeding up, and guys, he's actually beating me. I don't know how, but he won. Even my friend said here, wow, so, it's really impressive. But now we're going to race again, only this time it seems like he's going to go for it, thinking he'll win, but I won't let him. Over here on the right, I'll grab the ladder, exactly this item. I'm going to place the ladder behind him when the race starts, just to make him mad. It looks like he's counting, and it started. I placed the ladder, and now, guys, I'm ahead, and it really looks like I won. But guys, I'm heading forward, and it seems like he's already arrived. He said in the chat, I won, it was so easy. Guys, I don't know how he got here before me because he was so far behind, and suddenly, he got here quickly. Guys, this is weird, but congratulations, you really won. He said in the chat, wait, this trophy is for you, for being the biggest noob of all. Guys, it looks like he's calling me a noob and just handed me this trophy. Okay, thanks. Even though it's kind of a weird trophy, it's still nice to have one. But this trophy is pretty buggy on my character. It's really strange because it's glitches out of nowhere. But now I'm going ahead to check out other cars that are going to be removed from Brookhaven. There are several. It's not just this car that will be removed. There are many others. He said in the chat, are the Lamborghinis going to be removed? Well, it looks like they are. Because for those who don't know, over here on the right, we have several Lamborghinis. There's this one that's really beautiful and very realistic. And there's also this one, which is also a Lamborghini. But guys, for those who don't know, there's a third Lamborghini in the game, and I'm sure you've never seen it. Over here on the right, I'll have to scroll all the way down, and we have this green car. This car, for those who don't know, is also a Lamborghini. These cars might be removed from Brookhaven in the future because they all have copyright issues, meaning if the company notices, they'll ask for them to be taken out. But for those who don't know, if I go into Roblox Studio and open the Brookhaven map, there's a lot of cool stuff I can do. I can delete walls, delete anything I want, and explore totally secret areas of Brookhaven. But one thing you didn't know I could do is that I can check the game files. And if I search for Lamborghini, I can see that there are 4 Lamborghinis. So, these 3 cars are indeed Lamborghinis, and they'll probably be removed in the future. Guys, he came back here. He said in the chat, I'll cry if they ever get removed. Look, if they really do get removed, it'll take quite a while, at least a couple of years. Guys, I'm heading forward, but over there are some players, and it seems like they're fighting. He said in the chat, get out of here. No! Guys, look at how weird it is. They're fighting for no reason. It looks like this one is angry, and the other one is acting normal. Now this one is leaving. And guys, I feel kind of bad for them, and it looks like he's messing around on the computer. He said in the chat, I'm going to destroy your car just by using the computer. But guys, it seems like he's doing something here, and the other player's car suddenly caught fire. Guys, the player even got out of the car and is really confused about what's going on because, out of nowhere, the car started burning and it just fell apart. You can see that one of the tires just fell off. I'm sure the player has no idea what's happening to their car. Guys, their car is acting really strange, but I'm coming over to ask the player how he did that. The player who caused it is this one. I said in the chat, hey, how did you do that? And he replied in the chat, I saw a tutorial on YouTube. Wait, seriously? I thought it was something much harder, but it turns out he just watched a tutorial. Guys, I'm going to give him this trophy because he really deserves it. He did something impossible to achieve in the game. You can see that the player is leaving because he fought for no reason, and now he's left without a car. He said in the chat, hey, thanks, I'll help you with whatever you need. Guys, here's the thing. I basically want my car to be the best of all, so I'm heading over here. I said in the chat, what can I do to improve my car? I want to see what he'll say. He said in the chat, nothing. It's already really good. Wait, seriously? I thought he might say something important, but he said nothing special. Then he said in the chat, just kidding. Put a ladder in front and accelerate. Guys, he told me to place a ladder, so I'll set it up right here and start accelerating. Perfect. I'm accelerating, but nothing is really happening. I'll remove the ladder, and now you can see I've got super speed. Guys, he really helped a lot. He said in the chat, wow, he's really a wizard. Now put a ladder behind the car. Alright, I'll do that. I'll set the ladder here, and now, guys, maybe this will work. I might just get infinite speed because of this bug. I just removed the turbo, so the car doesn't have any special settings for gaining super speed anymore. Now I'm accelerating as much as I can, and I just removed the ladder. You can see I'm at super speed. I got really fast and just flipped the car. He said in the chat, yeah, but you're a terrible driver too. But it's not that I'm a bad driver, I'm just unlucky. Now I'll place the ladder behind again to see if this bug works, and then I'll show you more cars that will be removed from Brookhaven, ones I'm sure you didn't notice. But now I have to accelerate as much as I can and then remove the ladder. Now guys, I'm at super speed, and I'm really fast. I'm getting close, but I accidentally crashed into another Brookhaven car that's going to be removed, and you didn't even notice. It's definitely this one. He said in the chat, but why? Guys, it's because this car is going to be remade in the future. For those who don't know, it's very simple. You can tell this car doesn't look like that other car. This is because back when the game's creator made this car, they didn't know how to design it properly, especially since it's a really hard car to create. So, it's very likely that in the future, this car will be remade to look more like that other car. He said in the chat, that's a lie. There's no Dodge Challenger in the game. Actually, there is. I said in the chat, there is, and I can prove it. Guys, to prove it, I'm in the official Brookhaven map, and I can see pretty much everything. I can delete this entire house, and it will just disappear from the map. I can also see the original names of the cars, like the true name of this car, which is stored in the game's files. For those who don't know, if you search for Challenger, a car shows up, and it's exactly this one. It really is the same car that's currently in Brookhaven. So, everything I said is true. In the future, this car will be removed and probably remade. He said in the chat, wait, if you have Roblox Studio, can't you add the new car now? So, this is true. I have Roblox Studio, and I can modify whatever I want, but I can also add this car, which looks exactly like this. Really, guys, it's beautiful and much better than the car we have in Brookhaven because that one is too simple, and this one is much more beautiful. It will probably be added to Brookhaven soon. He said in the chat, drive it please. So, I'm getting in to drive it. Guys, I have to press this button, and now I'm driving it. It's really cool. We also have this other car, and I can drive it too. too, and it looks just like this. It's really fast, and it can even drift. So if it were actually added to Brookhaven, that would be really cool. Now I'm heading forward. But guys, I'm looking back, and it seems like my friend is here with this new car. He said in the chat, let's race. I want to see who will win this time. Guys, it looks like he wants to race again, but this time I think I'll lose because my car is slower than his. My car looks like this, and his is a race car. He said in the chat, you won't win. Don't even try. Look, actually I will, because I'm really going to win against this car, and it's going to be really easy. Guys, it looks like it started, but he's beating me. Guys, I'm going to have to come up with a plan to beat him. So, guys, I just got here, and my car is totally glitched. Guys, I don't know what happened, but I accidentally broke my car. You can see that it's exactly like this. I don't even know how I did that. He sent this emoji, and he's crying. But guys, I wonder what's going to happen if I drive this car. I'm heading over to drive it, and I just fell out of the map. But guys, I got this car again because I want to try making this bug happen again. I'm heading in full speed, and now I'm going to crash. But my car is normal. Nothing happened. Even my friends are hoping this works, but unfortunately, it didn't. He said in the chat, didn't work? I said no. But guys, here's the thing. I'm going to grab a special car on the right, and it's exactly this yellow car because, for those who don't know, this is the fastest car in the game. I grabbed this car because I want to beat my friend, and I don't want to lose to him anymore. It looks like he flipped his car, but now he's coming back here. Guys, this car is super fast. It's the fastest of all in the game. But my friend is up ahead, and he just grabbed this sign, and it says, stop. Guys, I'm sure I'm going to beat him because this car is really fast, but his car is also really fast, so this is going to be difficult. But it seems like it started, and now I'm heading ahead to beat him. But guys, he's really faster, but he crashed, and I'm heading forward, and I accidentally crashed too. But he's running back and passed right by. Guys, I'm still going ahead because I still have a chance to beat him, but it looks like no, I lost. But for those who don't know, another car that might be removed from Brookhaven could be this one, because it's also a car that has copyrights, and if the company behind this car sees it, they might ask for it to be deleted or maybe modified because in real life, it looks exactly like this. It really is very similar. He said in the chat, these cars will also be removed? Guys, I think he's talking about these, which are 2 Tesla cars. And if Tesla gets angry, they could get these cars removed from Brookhaven because they look a lot like the real ones. But the chances of that happening are really low. The only car that really has a chance of being removed is this Ferrari. He said in the chat, seriously? Why? It's because Ferrari has already been removed from many Roblox games, so maybe in the future it'll be removed from Brookhaven too. But now, I'm heading forward, and I want to test something really important. I'm going to place the ladder here, and I'm going to try making the super speed bug happen again, but in a different way. Actually, it's going to be with this truck. And my friend arrived here, and now I'm going to accelerate a lot, but I don't think it's going to work. Perfect! I removed the ladder, and you can see that it really didn't work. Unfortunately, this bug doesn't work with this truck in the game. But now, I grabbed this car, which is the tallest car of all. My friend arrived here, but I want to test if this bug also works with this car. I'm going to grab the ladder here on the right, and I'll place it exactly here behind. Guys, I believe it will work, but I'm not sure. I'm going to leave the car at 200 speed, and here I'll leave it at 0, and I'll increase the suspension. I'm going to accelerate all the way, and now I'm going to remove the ladder, and you can see that it didn't work. Actually, the car is very slow. He said in the chat, lower the suspension. I'll test that. I'm going to put the ladder here, and now I'm sure it's going to work. I'll leave the car here, but I'll lower the suspension, making the car lower. Now I'm accelerating full speed, and I'll remove the ladder, but you can see that this car is really slow. He said in the chat, yeah, only some cars this works on. So that's true, but I just grabbed this one, which is a very different car. I want to see if this bug works on this car or not, because it's a very strange car. And now I'm accelerating, and I removed the ladder, but you can see that I have super speed, although the car is very weird because it's moving in a strange way. This is really strange. For those who don't know, Brookhaven updates every week. Things are removed from the game, and new things are also added with each update. But today, I want to check with you everything that has been removed from Brookhaven between updates, things you didn't know were removed, and things you didn't know existed in Brookhaven. So for that, I called my friend, who is up on the mountain. You can see that he's right here, but suddenly, he got a tractor. I just don't understand why he did that, but he said in the chat, I'm going to destroy your car. And guys, I don't understand what he's going to do, but it looks like he's coming here to drive the tractor. And now, guys, he's trying to knock over my car, which actually fell, but my car is still fine, and it didn't break. Guys, I'm coming here to drive my car, but I'm going to open this part here to place a chair right here. I said in the chat, sit here. Guys, he's going to have to sit in this chair, and I'm going to drive the truck. Guys, this truck is really weird because he's back there, but now I'm going to fly off like this, and I'm sure this is really weird. He said in the chat, how are you going to see what was removed from Brookhaven? Look, basically I have several saved versions of Brookhaven. I have the very first version of all, and you can see that this was very different. This is the very first version of Brookhaven, which I'm sure you've never seen before, especially especially because it was very different. But besides this version, I also have another version of Brookhaven, and you can see that this version is a bit more updated, but it's still very old. There's this old restaurant and a lot of different things. I also have this version of the game, which you can see is a more updated version, but not by much. And that's what I'm going to do. Check everything that was removed from Brookhaven, and there really is a lot that was removed. He said in the chat, okay, I get it, now follow me. And guys, it looks like he's heading up ahead, but I'm going to grab my car and follow him because I don't want to go on foot. Except my car can't climb up here. Guys, it's impossible to climb this mountain with this truck. I'm trying, but I couldn't, so I'll have to go on foot. I'm getting up here, but guys, he stopped exactly here. What do you want to see? Tell me. He said in the chat, I want to see the old version of Brookhaven's mountaintop. Guys, Brookhaven's mountaintop now looks like this. We have this space back here, and for those who don't know, there are several secrets here. I can grab a house, hide in this hiding spot, and also come to this secret cave. Then I need to turn exactly here, and we have a secret spot that I'm sure you've never seen before. But in the old version of Brookhaven, you can see that this was very different. This area used to be closed, and this mountain looked a lot like a volcano. In fact, it was almost identical to a volcano. Also, one thing this version of Brookhaven didn't have was trees. There are no trees here on the mountain, and in the game, there are a few trees, but fewer than there are now. After that, the game was updated, and they added snow here and modified the mountain a bit, but it still looked very old. After a while, the creator of Brookhaven changed this and added new trees, which made it much better, but this area was still closed. In the latest version of Brookhaven, you can see that now there's a giant hole here, which is really interesting. He said in the chat, wow, I didn't know that. But guys, he grabbed a skateboard, and he's going down here. Guys, I don't know where he's going, but I'll follow him because I want to see what he's going to do. Guys, he's at this part of the mountain, and he wants to go inside the secret cave. He gave me this secret item, which I grabbed too, and now he's coming inside. But guys, for those who don't know, there's a lot of weird stuff right here. We have a secret cave, and my friend is coming here to see what's inside. But guys, this is a completely secret place, and it's really strange because there's nothing inside. I don't know if there's supposed to be something here. He said in the chat, wow, this is really weird. It really is. But guys, I'm going to grab a car on the right. I want to see if I can take cars, and I actually can, which is really weird, especially because I'm on a mountain, and yet I can still get cars. So I grabbed this motorcycle, and I'm leaving here on the bike. Guys, I don't know if I'll be able to get out of here on the motorcycle, but I think I can go right here and exit through the cave. Perfect! I made it! He said in the chat, wait, what changed here? Guys, it looks like he wants to check out the campsite and see what's changed there. But for those who don't know, a lot has changed. First, in the oldest version of Brookhaven, there wasn't a campsite. Back then, there was nothing here. You can see that there was absolutely nothing. Not even waterfalls existed here. This version of Brookhaven was very basic. Even this mountain was very weird because it was completely ugly. It was as if the creator of Brookhaven didn't know how to make Roblox games and was just starting to learn. You can see that this part of the mountain was also very different because it had a lot of light here and even had a secret passage that let you see and access the inside of the mountain. So a lot has really changed. And this campsite was only added much later. But guys, now I'm leaving here. I grabbed this boat and I'm heading up ahead. Guys, this boat is very weird because it's a secret car in Brookhaven that you've probably never seen before. And for those who don't know, the boats on the right weren't the first boats in Brookhaven because this boat has been here for a very long time. But now, guys, I'm heading forward. I'm going to grab my favorite car, which is exactly this one. And now I want to check out other places that have been modified here in Brookhaven. But my friend left from here, and guys, it looks like he wants to see this spot in Brookhaven. For those who don't know, today it's exactly like this, a really cool campsite where you can do a lot of things. You can come here, eat food, and other activities. But in the oldest version of Brookhaven, it was exactly like this. There was literally nothing. There were these old Brookhaven helicopters, but this area used to be completely empty. It even had a very weird bridge that crossed here, and that bridge was also removed from Brookhaven. Then the game was updated, and some things changed, but nothing here was modified. The only difference was that the bridge was changed and eventually removed, which made it much better. After some time, they added this campsite, and you can see that it looked exactly like this. It has remained this way up to today without any modifications for more than 3 years. My friend came back here, and now I want to see another place that has changed. But guys, I noticed that back here, we have this bridge, which I didn't even know was in the game. I can bring the car here, all the way up ahead. Guys, this is something I didn't know. But one thing I want to see in the game is the evolution of Brookhaven's hospital because, for those who don't know, it has changed a lot, with many modifications, and I want to check everything that has changed. He said in the chat, wow, this is really interesting because it had many versions. That's true, it had many versions, and for those who don't know, Brookhaven was released in 2020, but the first version of this hospital dates back to 2017. However, it wasn't in the original Brookhaven, but in another Roblox game made by the creator of Brookhaven. For those who don't know, this game is the very first version of Brookhaven. Here we have the hospital, and you can see it's just like the one in Brookhaven. It's really very similar to Brookhaven's because it's the same creator, and everything in it is quite alike. So this is the very first hospital in Brookhaven, which later became the classic Brookhaven Hospital. Back then, there were no rooms, and this part looked exactly like this, very different. Later, it was modified and became like this. It didn't change much, but became a little more modern, with some things removed. Then it was updated again, becoming becoming much more modern. We got this new room, and it looked very nice. After a long time, it was modified again and ended up like this, very modern, with everything redone to make it better. He said in the chat, I don't like the roof. Honestly, the hospital roof is really ugly. For those who don't know, I redid this part here. I left it exactly like this. You can see that it's the new Brookhaven hospital, but it has a regular roof, which looks so much better. I prefer the roof this way compared to the new version in the game. But now I'm going to drive my car because I want to check out more things that have changed. And this time it will be the cemetery. For those who don't know, the cemetery looks like this. There are several graves here, some jokes, and also a few that are kind of weird because you can go inside them. There's even one that is open. Guys, it's really strange, but I want to see how this looked in the past. In the first version of Brookhaven, there was no cemetery here. There was just this fence, but there was one grave right here, and it was hidden. It was really weird. Later, it looked like this. You can see that it's prettier, but it's still very simple, and this version was a little different. Back then, it was like this, and today it looks like this, but you can tell it's starting to look better. Afterward, it was updated again and ended up looking like this, much prettier. But you can see that this cemetery hasn't changed much. In fact, it's still the same as always. But now, guys, I want to check out a completely random place. I said in the chat, now a random location. He said in the chat, let's go to that red house. Guys, we have this red house, and I want to see if it has changed, because this house in Brookhaven has always been like this, with no modifications at all. Actually, this is the only spot in Brookhaven that has never changed. It has always been the same. I want to see if that's true. So for that, I'm going to enter the very first version of Brookhaven, which is exactly this one. You can see that the mountain was really strange. It was basically crooked, and this house was very different. First of all, it had lights, and in the current game, it still has lights, but they're much weaker now, while before they were much better. We also had a secret here, and it really hasn't changed much. There was a secret block here, and that's pretty much it. Later, it was modified. The floor changed, and the lights were also updated. The fences were removed, but not much else changed. The mountain was improved, and now in Brookhaven, we have these fences and also this structure here. The floor changed again, but this house hasn't changed much. It's always been like this. I don't think it's going to be updated anytime soon, but I want to see other modifications in the game. So now I'm looking at a completely random place to go, and we have this abandoned house. He said in the chat, wait, did something change here? I'm not sure, but I think maybe it did. For those who don't know, this house has a lot of secrets. Right here, we have a secret code that you can activate in the game. Also, if I go up here, I have to step on this part, which will activate a secret in the house. The house starts to catch fire, and the game credits appear, showing all the people who have worked on Brookhaven. It's really interesting, but you can see that in the older version of Brookhaven, there were several fences around the house, and the house itself was just a normal house. It wasn't destroyed. In fact, it was quite nice. And here, you can notice that there was no secret code. It was just a regular house, nothing special. Then, it was modified. The trees were removed, and the house was completely destroyed. You can see that there were no secret codes, but the house looked really weird. Then, it was modified again and ended up looking like this, with trees and completely destroyed. He said in the chat, this really was different. In fact, it was much prettier. I agree. This house used to be very beautiful, but it's been completely destroyed. And this here, for those who don't know, is the first version of Brookhaven, and you can see that everything was very different here. But now, I have these admin commands, and I'm going to write this secret command. My friend became huge. You can see he's gigantic, and now he's checking out what else is in the game, because there's a lot of different things here. You can see that this part was really strange. Brookhaven used to be totally different. Meanwhile, my friend is going over there to see what else is in the game. Now, I see a lot of people entering, including a bird, and everything here was very different. Many shops didn't exist. There was nothing here, because they were exactly here. The bank was also very different. A lot has changed. But guys, my friend is still coming over here to see everything that changed in the game. I don't know what he's doing, but I'm going to write this secret command, and everyone will start flying. Literally, everyone started flying and disappeared from the game. But now, everyone is coming here to see what has changed in the game. But guys, I'm going to make everyone fly here in the game. You can see everyone disappeared, but now we're coming to the skate park because you can see a lot has changed. Again, I'm going to make everyone fly, and literally, everyone disappeared. This is so cool, and now everyone is seeing everything that changed in the old version of Brookhaven because there are a lot of things here that aren't in the game anymore. And now, everyone looks like me. You can see that everyone has my avatar, and this is really strange. For those of you who don't know, Brookhaven finally updated, and it launched a lot of new things. But today, I want to do something different because this update is really good, but there's something missing, like new changes to the map, because it doesn't have many new things. Actually, the update is quite simple. So for that, I called a friend who's going to help me do this. He said in the chat, let's go! I want to improve the update, so let's go. He'll have to get in my car. But now, I'll go back to the beginning. And here in this update, there's something very important missing. I said in the chat, do you know the first thing I'm going to add to my game? Guys, I think he might know, but it seems like he doesn't. Guys, the first thing I'm going to add is this here. See? I don't know the name of this, but in Brookhaven, it's very simple. So I'm going to remove it, and also this other one. Now I added the new one, and it's much prettier, and it really looks like Christmas. Guys, this is much better, but there's something very important missing. Because guys, this really improved a lot, but something is missing. Exactly this. You can see that now my game is getting much prettier. It's really improving, and Brookhaven's update is starting to look nice. You can see there's this bridge, which is very beautiful, but that's not all I want to add to Brookhaven's map. There are more things I want to add, like this part. For those of you who don't know, there used to be this tree, so I added the tree back again, and it actually turned out pretty interesting. But I'm going to ask my friend what else I should add. I said here in the chat, what else should I add? But it seems like he doesn't know. So guys, I'll have to figure out by myself what I'm going to add to my game. But now I'm in the first version of Brookhaven. And for those of you who don't know why I'm here, it's because in this first version of Brookhaven, everything was different. Everything was really weird. But going under the map, we have the Christmas decorations, there's this candy, and also several interesting things that I'm sure you've never seen before. So I'm going to copy all of this, and I'll add it to the map I'm making. Starting with this candy. Perfect! I grabbed this candy, but guys, it's really big. I'll put this candy right in this shop, so I'll place it exactly here, and now I'll have to shrink it. Perfect! Now it's smaller, but it's floating. Perfect! I added several candies, and it turned out pretty cool, but now I'm going to shrink them, and you can see this is turning out really good. The decorations are really improving a lot, but there's still a lot missing, like this part. For those of you who don't know, here we have the secret Christmas car, and it looks exactly like this. It's really cool. You can fly with it, and it works like a helicopter, but it's an even cooler helicopter. But I want to improve this in my Brookhaven. First, I'll take this block, and I'll make it bigger. I'll leave it just like this. But now I've added a secret effect, and you can see it looks like this, but it's kind of weird. I thought it was going to look like this, but it actually turned out like this. Perfect! Now it's prettier. It's really much better. So I'll do this again. Perfect! I'm done, and you can see it looks like this. It's actually pretty interesting. I think it's more attractive and grabs much more attention from the players, especially because it's very shiny. It turned out really interesting, and it matches with this sign. But guys, this star is too simple, so I'm going to modify it as well. Perfect! I made it look just like this. It actually turned out pretty cool, much better than before. But guys, the restaurant has two colors, red and yellow, but here we only have red, so I'm going to make a change. I added this other LED and made it yellow. You can see it looks just like this. It turned out pretty cool, very interesting. And guys, inside here it looks kind of ugly, so unfortunately, I'll have to remove this because I don't want the restaurant to look bad. I said here in the chat, what else should I add? Because I don't have many ideas of what to add. He said in the chat, snow! Add realistic snow! Okay, I'll do just that. But first, I'm going to fall here, and oh my god, guys! Look at what happened to the player. He came back here, but the vehicle disappeared. It fell in the water and never appeared again. Guys, I'm going to add more realistic snow because, for those of you who don't know, the snow in Brookhaven is very simple. It starts snowing in the game, and then snow begins to appear here, but it's just too basic. In my opinion, it's time to change that. So I'll go in here and start modifying my game. First, I'll place this in random locations on the map. Perfect, guys! I made a lot of changes. And you can see we have a snowman, which turned out pretty cool. We also have snow on the ground in this other area too. And we have this thing that I forgot the name of. But besides all that, I have this item, which is a completely secret item I can use in the game. I can throw this snowball at other players, which is pretty fun. But there's something very weird about my map because it has snow in completely random spots, but the grass is still normal. In the original Brookhaven, the map gets completely covered in snow. So I see I'll need to add snow across the entire ground in my game. He said in the chat, this is going to be hard. Good luck! Thank you so much! I'll try to do it in a way that looks better and more realistic than Brookhaven because the Brookhaven one looks really bad. So I'll do it in a way that looks better. Perfect, guys! I added the snow, and you can see it looks really cool. It's really a more realistic snow, but I'm thinking about changing it to look like this here. Maybe, guys, it will turn out better. And I also need to change the sky because the current sky looks really bad. Maybe I could make it look like the Brookhaven sky. He said in the chat, no! Get a new sky! Oh, he wants me to get a new one. Alright, I'll do exactly that. Instead of using the Brookhaven sky, I'll find a new one that's really better. Perfect, guys! I changed it, and you can see it looks like this. Much better now. I added this new sky, and it feels really cold. But now I'll need to change the color of all the mountains to white. Because when it starts snowing in Brookhaven, everything that was green turns white due to the snow. So guys, I'll need to modify this, but it's going to be really hard. My friend is coming here, but I want to see which parts of the map are modified and which aren't. You can see there's a lot of snow here, but there's no snow over there. I don't know why there's no snow. Maybe the game's creator forgot. I don't know, but I'll have to select all the green blocks and change them. Perfect! I made it look like this, but it's still not complete. wait, there are still these ones and many others missing. Perfect. Guys, I changed it, and it looks much better now. But there are still some parts missing, like this one or even these. Perfect. I modified everything. Now, it's really good, but there's still something missing, which are these crops. For those of you who don't know, I think since it's winter, it's Christmas, and it's snowing, maybe it would be cool to change the color of this here. He asked in the chat, what color? I think maybe white or even gray. And also, the trees will need to change color because in this Christmas update, some trees changed. Not all of them, but some were modified. But in my Brookhaven, all the trees will change and will be basically Christmas themed. I said in the chat, come here. And guys, I'm going to start the modifications to really make my Brookhaven much better and improve this Christmas update, which is already very good, but I'm sure there are many ways to make it even better. Guys, the map looks like this right now, and after some modifications, it looks like this. The crops really changed a lot, as if everything here was frozen because of the cold, and it ended up freezing. I think it turned out really cool, but I think this mountain also needs to be modified because it's green, as if it has grass, but the grass is all under the snow. So, to make it more realistic, I'm going to modify this. Perfect! Now it's very beautiful, much better than before. That mountain I won't change, this one I will have to change, and this other one I don't need to. Perfect! I changed this, and now it's much prettier. But now, we have the trees in the game because they look like this. And I think to make it more realistic, the trees need to look white, as if covered in snow. Or maybe not. I'm not going to make all the trees snowy, but I'll make most of them snowy, but not all of them. He said in the chat, that's a great idea. It really is a great idea, and I'm sure it will look very cool. Perfect! I changed these trees and also those over there, and you can see it's much better than before, but I'll leave it like this because if I put snow on too many trees, it will look weird. He said in the chat, maybe a little more, maybe near the start. Okay, I'll do that. He wants me to add more snowy trees here at the beginning, so I'll add that to my game. At the start, we have several trees. I selected a few and left them like this, and it turned out pretty interesting. This tree will also be modified, as well as this thing. He said in the chat, wait, follow me. But guys, he took my car and left. I'll have to follow him on foot. Okay, this is kind of weird. Instead of letting me get in the car so I could go too, he just took off without me. But guys, he got here at the start, and you see this tree here. He said in the chat, change this tree just to see if it looks good. Okay, I'll do that. I'll modify this tree, but I'll make it white. And I think it doesn't look very good like that. It looks better this way. But guys, I'll have to modify this star and make it much bigger, although it looks weird that way. Perfect! I made the star bigger, and it looks cool, but I'll have to make it a little smaller, just like this. Now it looks exactly like this, and it's pretty nice. But guys, for those who don't know, inside the tree, we have this secret fountain. I think I'll remove it because it doesn't make much sense to have a fountain inside a tree. Perfect! I removed it. And this tree, I'll move it up a bit. I'll also have to remove these things here. Perfect! I removed this, and also that over there. And now I'm going to place this thing on the tree to make it more realistic. Now guys, I think it looks much better because we have the tree trunk here really realistic, whereas in the regular Brookhaven, you can't see the tree trunk here. So basically, my game is starting to look better than the Brookhaven update, just a little bit, but it's actually getting better. He said there in the chat, true, just a little better. It seems like he's making fun of my Brookhaven version that I made, saying I didn't change much. But guys, now I'm going to make better modifications because this snowball doesn't work. It's simply very bad, so I'll have to get a new one. Perfect! I got one that actually works, and I think I accidentally lost it. And guys, I accidentally hit myself, but look how cool this is. You'll be able to throw it at people to see who is the best. So this structure I added to the game will actually be very important because people will be able to protect themselves from other players. If there's a player right here and I try to hit them with this ball, I simply won't be able to. So I'm going to add more things like this around the map. Perfect! I got this one, and I'm going to place it exactly here. I'll even make it bigger. This one I'm also going to make bigger, and this one will also be larger. But guys, we have this other one, which is even cooler. I placed it exactly here. I can go inside and hit the players here, or even through this window, and it really works very well. Guys, you'll be able to hit the players from here, through this small window here. I can come here and hit them over there. Guys, this is going to work really well, but I'm sure there's more stuff missing here. I said in the chat, what else should I add? He said in the chat, maybe a car that drives in the snow. Well, that's true, because for those of you who don't know, in Brookhaven, we have several cars on the right, but cars like this one that drive on snow, they're specifically made for that, and they work very well. So in my Roblox game, there's going to be this too. But first, I'll have to modify the streets, because in Brookhaven, they're exactly like this. But in my game, it's very weird because there's no snow. So I selected all the streets in the game. Perfect! I modified this, and it really looks much better. The streets are full of snow. But here, I forgot to put snow, so I'll add it now. But guys, there's something really important missing, which is simply the snow. He said in the chat, wait, what do you mean? It seems like he didn't understand what I said. But guys, I have to add this snow to my game. I'm sure it's going to look much better. He said in the chat, oh okay, I understand now. Looks like he got it now. But now it's snowing here in the game. A really interesting snow that's falling down here on the map. It's not a lot of snow, but it's not too little either. Actually, it's even pretty well done. But guys, I want to test this snowball on the players to see if I can actually beat them. So I grabbed this car, which is full of snow, and I'm going to leave it exactly here. I also grabbed this other one because it's really big. I'm sure it's going to be really cool. And I also grabbed this other one, which looks looks like a movie car. And guys, I can drive all of them really realistic. There's also this other car, which I want to see if it works, and it does work, and it works really well. It's really fast, but you can see that the map really looks much better. But I think the best thing I changed, for sure, was this here, and also the Christmas tree, which now looks exactly like this. These modifications are also very interesting, and also the snowball. He said in the chat, I really want to play this. Look, so let's enter here, in my Roblox game. Perfect! I'm in my Roblox game, and I have admin commands, so I can type the secret command, and now I can fly. But guys, my friend is also here. He's coming here to drive this car. Guys, I'm also coming here because I haven't tested this car yet. He said in the chat, this doesn't work. Actually, it does work, because he started speeding up here. Guys, you can see that it really works. It's a really interesting car. But guys, he still hasn't noticed that there's this secret item that I can use here in the game. So guys, I'm going to use the secret commands, and I'm going to teleport him here. Perfect! He's here now, and it's the end for him. He lost the game, but now I'm going to grab this giant car. He said in the chat, what did you do? Looks like he's confused, especially since he didn't realize there's this item. But guys, he's right there, and now he grabbed this item and is trying to hit me. But he can't, because he's too far away, and he lost all of a sudden. But guys, he's coming here, trying to hit me, but he won't succeed, because every time he throws, I dodge. But this time I lost. He's laughing in the chat and said, easy. Guys, but I'm going to hit him from here, and I just hit him. He said in the chat, wow, that was close. But guys, a player joined here, and I'm going to try to hit him from here, but it's a bit hard. And I hit him. Finally, I got him. But guys, there are a lot of people here. I'm going to try to hit them from here. Guys, there's a player here, and he lost. I'm going to make him lose. I'm trying to hit him, and I hit this one, and this one too. And guys, my game is really good. But guys, now the players are giants, and it's going to be easier to hit them. I hit this one too, and also this one. Guys, there's a giant cat here, and I just hit him. Guys, there's a player here. I'm going to make him lose, but actually, I lost. And guys, if you want to add me here on Roblox, just click the member button, and I'll add you here on Roblox.